What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Frank Presents the Play Call. It's a Saturday. We're about a week removed from the draft, pretty much so. But anyway, it's Bree and June tonight on with us. What's going on, guys? How y'all doing?
Good. How are you, Frank?
I'm doing great, outstanding. Starting the day off. I got to cut the grass before I fly out tomorrow. Got to go do some shopping. So, June, how you feel, bro?
Yeah, I was gonna say some.
Here, feeling like there isn't enough time in the day to do what we want to do.
Right, right.
Not need, want.
Fair enough. That is true. That is very true. Well, go ahead, Bree. Take it away.
Okay, so last week we had the 2025 NFL draft. So that's what we're going to be talking about today is the NFL draft. My first question to you is, do you guys like your you guys' draft picks
Yeah,
for your team?
yeah, I think so. I like the fact that we went offensive line for out the gate for the first round. Strength that O.
Will Campbell.
Yeah.
Will Campbell.
I like what he said when he got, he got drafted. If some people might think it's a little over the top, but I think it's perfect for somebody that's supposed to be out there protecting the quarterback. I'm excited to see we also picked up some defensive players too. Um, I see what Vrabel's doing. He's establishing a strong defense. We went and got Stephon Diggs. We have young receivers. We're going to strengthen the O line up and protect Drake May. So hopefully it opens us up to, do better than we did last year. And I feel like we could protect him in the pocket and give him time to go through his progression. And with Diggs being a veteran receiver, even if, he doesn't stay healthy or whatever, it's going to help us out. It's going to help us out. And I forgot who I told, but I said I wouldn't be surprised if we're not in last place this season. With the Jets having uh, Fields there and the Dolphins having Tua, um,
Not too much on.
it is what it is, though. You know what I'm saying? The Bills are the top dog in that division. You know what I'm saying? So I'm happy with it. I'm happy with the all around plays that we took. I'm happy with this draft. It's probably one of the best ones I've seen in the last 4 or 5 years.
Junebug.
Um, I don't like Junebug. I know too many people with that name in their lane. So, um, yeah, it's like saying
All
buddy
right.
and tapping on my head. But
What,
but yeah,
what if I call you June, July, August?
then you'll fall in love with the Junebug, folks. But no. I thought we did what we had to do and how we did exactly how he does lately. And I'm not gonna say, and I say lately because he's had his fair share of shitty picks, Rager. But aside from that, man, we got that lineman, and I mean, he just falls in line with those Alabama, Georgia boys. And again, it's just strengthening that entire line, and I'm loving it. I'm loving it. I'm loving it. He's not falling into the discussion of, oh man, we lost all these DBs, and what is the Eagles going to do? No, he has a game plan. He stuck to it, and now we're going to see how it unfolds. So I'm excited. I'm excited. I think it's pretty dope.
That's nice. I'm not mad. All right. So I actually thought about it. I was a little upset with the first round, us not going quarterback, knowing that we need a quarterback. I think the Steelers are gearing up for me to be the starting quarterback, and that's why they shocked the whole world with
Hmm.
it. Big Ben, I am his assistant, so I do know how to play like a Big Ben style, quarterback. And then I'm also a girl, so people are going to be afraid to tackle me, so I won't get sacked.
Yes.
So because they'll know they'll kill me if they tackle me, and then now they're wait, where did I go?
You're still there. We see you.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
my
yeah.
my
We hear you.
my computer just went black. I think my computer was like, okay.
Enough.
Yeah, yeah. The computer said, okay, yeah, no quarterbacking.
Hold on, let me find you guys again because I can't see nothing. I cannot see nothing. Let me find you guys. And all right, so back to what I was saying. Okay, I found you guys. Computer, don't let me finish talking before you just shut me off. Um, um, And they know like if they tackle me and if I pass away, now they're getting charged
Oh
with murder,
Lord.
So that's what they got a game plan. But I did think about the me being frustrated we didn't get picked. But you guys know I'm always like, why can't we stop the run? We need to stop the run. We don't have nobody to stop the run. And we picked up someone in the first round that can stop the run. So that's why I'm not mad. I'm not mad, because we're a defensive strong organization. Yeah, we need a lot of work on our offense. Don't worry, I'm taking care of that. But I didn't mind Derek Harmon as our first round. Rest in peace to his mom. He did not attend the draft in Wisconsin due to the fact that his mom was on life support. Right after he got the call and he was drafted by the Pittsburgh Steelers, he went to the hospital, let his mom know. She held on and fought long enough to hear her son uh, know that he made it and he made it to the NFL. And then shortly after she passed away, after he gave her the news. So big rest in peace to her. Um, we did draft a big body strong running back in the third round. A lot of people were like, why don't the Steelers have a second round pick? DK Metcalf, yeah, DK is our second round pick.
Mm-hmm.
That's our second round pick. You better be fucking grateful. Third round, we got a big body, strong running back from Iowa. That could, fill in the void of Najee Harris. So I'm not mad at that. Will Howard, I'm surprised he went that far in the draft, all the way to the sixth round, with him being a national championship quarterback, him playing for the Ohio State University. But I'm not mad at that pick, We could be the Saints and draft that 26-year-old quarterback that is horrible, No offense to him. But I'm, you know what? I grade mine an A minus, I'm usually giving them an A plus. I give them an A minus when it comes to them. Now with you guys getting Will Campbell in the first round, Frank, I think that was amazing. That was awesome, And then June, you guys getting Jahad Campbell in the first round, the defensive or the linebacker from Alabama. That pick right there, that was amazing. Nikki, I know she's not here. They got Travis Hunter in the first round. Great.
That's huge. Yeah, that's super dope for the city of Jacksonville.
Hmm.
Do you think they paid too much for that?
I personally don't think so. I just think with Jacksonville, on a bigger picture, outside of the team, I think for the city, for the um for the ticket sales, for especially then doing the renovations on the new stadium, they're gonna need these big names to fill the seats. And I think the team did the right thing by that. And I'm not saying they did it just because he is going to bring people or whatnot, but I think it was a good choice for the entire organization, uh, aside from the team.
Yeah. I think it was a good pick as a player. I don't know if we've had many conversations. So first let me go to the Steelers real quick. I was disappointed. Not gonna lie. I was disappointed. And the reason is the Steelers is one of these franchises that are very respected in the NFL. They're one of the longest standing franchises we have in the NFL. They have a pedigree of winning championships. They have 6 trophies for a reason.
1938, baby.
And what I felt by them not taking the quarterback was crazy to me. You know what I'm saying? Because I agree with Bree. You need to stop the run, but their defense was tired out last year because the offense was inept. You know what I'm saying? So to me, if I'm Mike Tomlin, all right, my defense is always going to be good, and the guys are getting older. We need to make this offense more powerful, especially in a division with Joe Burrow and Lamar Jackson. And the Browns have some good weapons over there, and they got a good defense. You know what I'm saying? So I think what's stopping them is the inability to get the offense going. Mike Tomlin's been criticized for not being able to draft a quarterback and develop one. The offensive line, but to me, I felt it was a miss on their part. And if you're banking on, I don't even think Aaron Rodgers, to be honest with you, is going to save them. To be completely honest, I've heard a lot of the talks, and it's well, if Aaron Rodgers comes, they're good. But if they get Kirk Cousins, they're done. I think either way you go, you're done, because I think both of them, especially Aaron, he's not even shown up to OTAs. He hasn't signed to the team. Where's the chemistry at? Where's the building at? And you're putting your faith into a 42-year-old, 40-something-year-old man that doesn't care. He already said it on Pat McAfee. I already told these owners and these coaches, I'm on my own time. I'll play for 10 M's, but I'm on my own time. And if you trade for Kirk Cousins and he flops, now what do you have? So I feel like that part right there is a fail. While you went on defense is great, but what are you gonna do on offense? Like, can Mason Rudolph win you 9 games?
I already told you the game plan. I'm gearing up.
Breathe. They're gonna hit the shit out of you. I'm just gonna let you know that. They're gonna hit you, and then they're gonna feel on you when they do it. So you're gonna be mad. Look, now going to the Jags, I think the money. I don't know. Is Trevor can Trevor get Travis to be the best he can be? You know what I'm saying? Can the quarterback get the ball to him and perform? You know, and is it going to work out? Like, it's good for the city. It's going to sell tickets. You're right, June. He gets to go back home to Florida. All that's great. But my thing is it going to make them? Can Trevor elevate? We already seen him with Christian Kirk. We saw him with whoever, everybody else that was down there. And, you know, it didn't look so hot. So, I love Travis going there. I probably want to see him go somewhere else, but it is what it is. They made the trade.
Yeah.
I think Cleveland won on that one because now they got, I think, 2 first-round picks next year. So,
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. And they got Shador in the fifth. I mean,
well, we gonna talk about that because
yeah, yeah, no, no, I'm just saying as far as winning. But no, no, and you're absolutely right as far as the whole Travis Hunter thing. But I guess the bigger issue here, and I said it last year, and the year before that, and the year before that, is the damn quarterback. So as long as the Jacksonville Jaguars have Trevor Lawrence there, it's cute that he has all these jersey ticket sales. That's cool. But guess what? By you keeping him there, now it's just kind of like, all right, well, you know what? Now we're gonna have two big jersey ticket sales, and except I think one is a little bit more poised than the other. So I don't know about you guys, but I really frankly think that it's a make or break year for Trevor Lawrence. We'll talk about that at a different time, but that's going to be the issue if he doesn't have the yards that he should have this year.
yeah, I think I agree. I agree. I think I know Nikki's not on here to discuss her team, but she didn't really. Uh, anyways, so you know, we'll see. We'll see. We'll see how it goes with them teams.
All right, Shador Sanders getting drafted in the fifth round. And one thing I want to say about it was whatever excuses people are trying to make as to why they think he got drafted in the fifth round still don't make sense to me. A lot of people are saying it was his interviews with the organizations and scouts and the entitlement and the unprofessionalism of it. That's no excuse. And I'm gonna tell you why that's no excuse. I don't know if you guys were watching pro days and drafts around the time Baker Mayfield got drafted. But his was worse. Baker Mayfield was talking that cash shit, and he was drafted in the first round. And let's not forget the most cocky, unprofessional, entitled motherfucker and Johnny Manziel, who also got drafted in the first round. I don't know if y'all remember like those two situations and those two scenarios, but that's no excuse for him to say, y'all know who my dad is. If y'all don't want change and stuff in organizations, don't draft me. I'm trying to be the face of the organization that I go to. That means you know your worth and you're confident, He wasn't as worse as what Baker Mayfield was saying when he got drafted. They loved it when Baker did it. They loved it when Johnny Manziel do it. But now it's an issue when Shador Sanders does it. Make it make sense,
Um, you good? Before I
Yeah,
go, so
yeah. That's all
I'm
I have to say about the situation.
I'm gonna say this, and this is just, and for people that still listen to us, and I hope that I don't offend anybody when I say this, but I'm gonna speak my truth, what I believe it is.
I'm still in the Navy too, so
Yeah, yeah. I feel like it was that message from the NFL trying to humble this young man. You know, I think it had a lot to do with his father too, more than anything. Um, when people are afraid of you or they're intimidated of you, they move in a certain way. And not necessarily Shador is what they're intimidated of, but the father. Because Deion Sanders, if people remember when he was getting drafted, he told the Giants, "I'm not going to be that far. I'll be picked before then, so I'm not going to study your playbook." When he proved it in the league, he played two sports. He backed it up. The dude was, some people say he's probably one of the greatest athletes of all time and one of the greatest football players of all time. So, and there's nothing wrong with being confident in your children or you being confident as a player. We all served in the military. You still currently serve, and you do recruiting where I feel is very competitive, and people talk trash all the time, and then you got to back it up. So if you that nice, then let him speak. Now, I don't watch college football, but when he was playing at Colorado, I watched it. And there was some games I saw like, man, this dude out of nowhere is making something happen. After the defense gave up things, whatever, they say he interviewed bad. Okay. Nobody needs to know that. They say he wasn't prepared for certain things. Okay, so then if that's the case, why did Brian Dable on Thursday, the week prior to the draft, fly out to see him throw a ball around again? If he interviewed so bad at the combine, or he interviewed bad, he didn't throw at the combine. Okay, his completion rate is 70%. He might not have been the greatest arm in the draft. He might not have been the tallest person in the draft. But everybody I heard talk about him that watch sports and people that would analyze him, they said what he has, the intangible he has is his mind. He
Mhm.
understands the game. He's very intelligent. They even compare that to Brady, saying, Brady didn't have the strongest arm. He wasn't the fastest person, but he understood the game. So to me, all that is bullshit. I'm just gonna say what it is. Um, and now they cost this boy $30 million or more, right? Now they put him in a quarterback room where you have Joe Flacco, who's a Super Bowl winning MVP, Super Bowl MVP. You got Kenny Pickett, who was a first round pick. You have the third round pick you drafted, and then you have him, and you still
Dylan
have Deshaun
Gabriel.
Watson, right?
Mhm.
So, and I didn't think about this like this, but watching the facility, they broke it down. Even if he's better than all those guys, the chance of him starting is going to be very slim because
Mhm.
you traded for Kenny Pickett, you signed Flacco. I think it was like 4 million, 6 million. I don't know. It's a low number, and then you drafted a third round pick. So they were explaining on the facility that even if there's a pecking order, from who starts to second team, third team, fourth team, and they were like, sometimes you don't even have enough players to do a fourth team or fifth team.
And don't forget, Dylan Gabriel was the Heisman finalist.
Yeah. So now it's like, okay, I see that the Browns drafted him, gave him a shot. I get it. Thank you. I'll be appreciative. But honestly, it probably would have been better if he would have went undrafted and then he can go to any team he wants and try it and walk on. In my opinion, Giants could have took him. They took what's the
Jackson Dart.
yeah, Jackson Dart.
To me, but you know what? That I'm not mad at that pick, right? Because Jackson Dart from Ole Miss, phenomenal quarterback. To me, he had the best combine and the best pro day out of all the quarterbacks, you know? I think Tennessee was just banking on Cam Ward because Cam Ward is also great, you know? Um,
I want to see these guys. So they said with Jackson Dart that Dable liked his size, kind of reminded him of a Josh Allen. That's why he went with it.
was
A lot
big
of
too.
teams, your team could have drafted him. The Raiders could have drafted him. Even he could have sat behind Geno Smith. He could have went to hell shit. He could have went to the damn Jets and sat behind Justin Fields and just waited. He could have went to Miami. Could have took him. Tua's always getting concussed. Listen, and he's out for like 6 weeks when he's concussed. There you go. Throw him in there. There was a lot of places he could have went.
Yeah, what's his name? Quinn Ewers went to.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, yeah. And you know what? I thought he would have fit well in New York, right?
Mm-hmm.
Um, I mean, you got Russell there, and you have Jameis there. So why not be that QB to get mentored by those two vets and then be in line to take over the position in the next year or two? with them having the contracts that they have with New York.
Right.
So that's why I thought Shador would have fit well in New York, and it would have killed that narrative that New York just don't like drafting or having starting black quarterbacks.
Hmm.
But right now they still fit that narrative.
I mean, I just want people to understand that when we get up here and we speak about something and we pull out, let's say we start calling out race,
Mhm.
stuff like that. We're not doing it because we want to make it a race thing. That's not the case. Um,
Right.
but as black and brown people, which we are, we see certain things that some people don't see, you know? And I don't think it was much about race there. I think it was more about humbling him. But I agree with Bree. Manziel, Baker Mayfield, Peyton Manning, all these guys was cocky as hell. And the narrative was like, oh, they're confident. We love it. He doesn't. Oh, he's coming off brash, cocky.
Yeah,
You know?
and
Hmm.
it's like you're trying to send a message to Dion, like, but let's not forget last year. Let's not forget last year, old boy's son, wide receiver, drafted in the first round, didn't participate in a pro
Yeah, Marvin
day,
Harris. Yep.
but didn't participate in the combine, didn't participate in nothing, didn't want to do any physicals, as fighting with Fanatics, and they're not selling no jerseys for him because he didn't want to sign a contract or whatnot, you know? Like to me, that's also cocky and arrogant, but he was still drafted in the first round when his daddy made those decisions for him.
What they went to with Shador was that his ability, he's a good quarterback, not a great quarterback. That's what they were saying. That's exactly what they were saying. On everybody's draft board, he was like the number top 5 player in the draft. In
Hmm.
quarterback standings, he's probably number 2 or 3. Some people had him as the number 1. So all of a sudden he gets to the draft and everybody passed him. And that's the shit that pisses me off with these people, with these owners and these GM. And then when Stephen A. Smith said there's a collusion. No, there's no collusion. There's no collusion. Yeah, the fuck? Yes, I did. Now it's coming out that you had owners and GMs or head coaches saying take him off the board. We're not drafting him. You got guys saying they were scared of their jobs getting lost because they would have drafted him and brought him to the first year on good right, then they would bring Dion in to coach him so the head coach loses his job. How many
Right.
told somebody you can't lead with fear? You can't lead with fear. Just can't. If you're worried about something, you're trying to lead people, you're gonna fail. So if you're if you were worried about Dion coming to take your job, then you know in your heart you're doing something wrong. That's what I'm saying. Because if I know I'm doing right, it ain't matter who coaching, I'm gonna do it. You know what I'm saying? I'm real over it. Like it was very upsetting. We watched the first round together. I was at a convention, so I was kind of tracking everything through my phone and watching the chat. And to see this boy go in the 5th round, 144 overall, and then on top of that, I know you're probably gonna bring it up, so let's just transition to it. Then the fucking Falcons defensive coordinator's son calling him on the phone and prank calling him, and then the father standing up there talking. I would not. No, I am so sorry, Frankie. You 21 years old. You what you are. You want to grab my stuff and go look through the phone and prank call this kid? You're gonna get in front of the camera and you're gonna explain yourself and you're gonna apologize. And honestly, if Shador want to run the fade with him, he should run the fade because that was disrespectful. That was so disrespectful. You grown. You a grown man just like me. So let's run this fade. Let's do it, bro. Since you that strong on the phone, prank calling me.
But he's not, he's now it's coming out that he's not the only one that got prank calls. Like
Yeah.
three of them.
Abdul Carter got prank called too.
Mhm.
Nah, bro, you playing my livelihood, bro. Like,
And then that wide receiver from Texas, the real good one.
or
I
the
forgot.
McMillan.
No, 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 no. The one, their best fucking wide receiver. What is his name?
I don't know, but I do know is that for my I guess for Shador, I hope that it did humble him a little bit. Um, sometimes people don't want to hear you talk shit. I think the best thing you could do sometimes is show them that you could do it. And I would
Mhm.
love to see him starting, or at least be the second backup. I think.
So let's talk about positivity with the Sanders family real quick.
Mhm.
Um, even though Shiloh went undrafted, he was so positive about it. He was like, "Hey," and you know what? You know what made it a lot better? First of all, I just love that he was there for his brother the whole way. And he made some jokes. He goes, if they're doing you like this, damn, what's gonna happen to me?
Yeah, I
That
saw that.
he was even when undrafted, he was like, hey, I'm not even mad. He said Max Crosby went undrafted. Look at him. Ryan Clark went undrafted. Look at him. He just kept like, positive spirits. He even said, hey, I have to sign with an agency last minute, 5 minutes ago, because my dad being my agent ain't working out
It
for
wasn't
me.
working out for us.
I just like you could tell he's the golden retriever of the family,
Yeah.
You can definitely tell he is the big golden retriever of the family, just all positivity and just all smiles and all positive. Um, I love that about him. He's going to Tampa. I know he's going to work his ass off and he's going to show it. AB talking shit as per usual.
But yeah,
AB.
well, I was gonna ask you about that because the way he wrote the caption, was it that he was helping or was it that
So
he
I
took the
but
shot?
I went on his Twitter and I didn't find it. I know that Instagram said posted by AB. So I don't know if that was like a troll page.
Oh, because he was like
But
help his son, his
his
punk
shit
ass,
ass,
yeah, shitty
like,
ass son. And I don't know if AB would do that to Dion. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
For
no. So
prime
that's
time.
why
I
I
don't
went
think so.
back to Twitter and I was looking for that tweet. But I think that's a clip from last year when they
Mhm.
were working out together. But I don't think he ever wrote that caption.
And I mean, listen, again, AB,
I don't put nothing past him. But I don't think he would ever
no,
do
no,
that.
I wasn't gonna say that. What I was gonna say was, look, man, the dude, he's got talent. He's a good wide receiver, and he shook a lot of pro people in his time. So if
Mhm.
you think he can't shake a kid in college with all the experience he got, it's crazy. But did you see Asante Samuels talking trash to him?
No, I saw the Asante Samuel Sr. and Stephen A. Smith Twitter beef. That
Yeah.
was funny.
Nah, this one, Asante said that if I was in that locker room, you would have got handled, not by the coaches.
Well, Asante Samuel Sr., like, get off of Twitter, baby boy.
I don't know what's going on with him. I don't know if he's trying to find relevancy again, but I think he's doing a lot. But AB's the guy that gives him the attention he's gonna want. You know what I'm saying? Because
AB's gonna eat his ass up too. Pause.
yeah, he's gonna give him that attention. But yeah, I think the draft overall was okay. Next year we they say you got better quarterbacks coming in. Again, to Shador, I just want him to go out there, perform, man, study the film, study the book, do your part. And one thing that the facility said, man, just do your best to put on tape something good that 31 other teams could look at. Because you never know. It's fifth round pick. Somebody can say, listen, we want him, we'll take him. Things can change overnight. And imagine the comeback story that he takes the Browns to the Super Bowl and wins one. Imagine that, bro.
Right.
Imagine he just
That's very, very far-fetched.
hey, listen, anything can happen. Look, Joe Burrow took the Bengals. You know what I'm saying? Anything can happen.
Look at the roster overall with the Bengals and
Look at Jaden Daniels with the Commanders. They were a game away.
yes, but you got to think about it. You got to think about the entirety of the team. You can't just think about one player.
So I'm
What
saying
look at
they
the
got
wide.
the weapons. They got Jerry Judy, right? Who else they got? Njoku on tight end. They
That's
picked
it.
up some running backs. They got another wide receiver over there. They got a great defense. The offensive line ain't that bad.
Nick Chubb
You
is
know
one
it.
run away from snapping his
No,
leg.
I don't even think I think he's trying to find a team or something.
Yeah, he's a free agent.
Yeah. Yo, the Browns isn't as an overall team, they're not bad. They're not
No,
bad.
they're not bad. They're not bad.
Browns roster. Let's see.
I don't know. I think about that too. Like, I don't know. I
June's
think
around.
any fan, I mean not any fan, any team or any quarterback, and I tell you, regardless of the weapons that the Eagles had, I mean, look at the shit that they continuously shitted on Jalen Hurts. I mean, and then guess what? Man, I read a quote the other day that fits well, and I hate to talk about my team, but fuck it, I'm gonna do it anyway.
You say that every
Haley,
time.
hey, they said Jalen Hurts is an easy, not good quarterback until it's time to beat Jalen Hurts. Because all these great quarterbacks has lost to Jalen Hurts and they don't have a Super Bowl. So, Shador, my friend, you'll be okay.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Look. The thing again, talking about Jalen Hurts. It's funny because he gets criticized so much, right? I criticize him on the turnovers, but he goes out there, he wins the game. And guess what? He beat Patrick Mahomes in the Super Bowl. Now, the defense was great. We're going to give the defense credit, and that's dope. But again, on any given Sunday, anything could happen. Anything could happen. Yo, we seen Tim Tebow take the Broncos to the playoffs.
Yeah, shit, you're right.
You know what I'm
Forget
saying?
about that one.
We saw
That
Trent
one passed.
Dilfer win the Super Bowl. I mean, even though the Ravens defense is probably one of the greatest defense in that time historically, but
Mhm.
you know what I'm saying? We seen Trent Dilfer win a Super Bowl. So look, anything can happen. I'm not saying it's gonna happen this year. So let's put the guns away. I'm not saying that Shador's gonna take the Browns to the Super Bowl this year. But what I'm saying is, man, you never know, man. If he gets that opportunity and he don't drop that ball and keeps it going, all he gotta do is prove that he is who he is. That's it. That's it. And with Flacco being older, Kenny Pickett, on his eighth team right now. Uh,
Hey, Super Bowl winning.
yeah. For real, for real.
Right.
But it's funny, right? So watching the facility, Chase is up there. Chase Daniels talking about quarterbacks. Talking about the Shador thing and how, this could hurt him and stuff like that. And James Jones kindly and politely reminded him, yo, you never started in the NFL. You didn't even play. You know what I'm saying? Like,
That's
you doing all this
crazy.
trash, 14 years. Great, but you went undrafted and you never started. It's not the same, bro. It's not the same. But anyways, man, I thought about that. You said Super Bowl. He won a Super Bowl at the Saints. When the Saints won it, he was like the third string quarterback on the team. So yeah, but
That's funny.
overall I think the draft was good. I think it was
It was very unpredictable.
mm-hmm.
This is the season of unpredictions.
Well, we're gonna see what happens now. OTA
I'm
start
calling it now.
right?
Last year was the season of improvement. This is the season of unpredictions.
Okay. We're gonna see what it is. So what else we got, Bree?
I'm going to ask you guys, I want to see if you guys can get this, all right? All right, so it is the top 10 players with the most receiving yards in a season in NFL history. We're going to start with number 10 all the way to number 1. So give me a player and I'm going to tell you which number they ranked as. Top 10 players with the
Jerry
most.
Rice is 1, right?
Jerry Rice is number 4
4, okay.
with 1,848 yards.
T.O.
Terrell Owens is not on this list. June,
I
give
forget.
me a receiver.
You said for the top what?
Top 10 wide
Top
receivers of all
10
time.
with the most receiving yards in NFL in one season in NFL history. He said Jerry Rice, and Jerry Rice is number 4. He also said Tebow, or no, he said T.O., who's not on this list.
That's crazy. He's not even top 10.
Not with the most receiving yards in a season.
In a
NFL.
season.
One season in NFL history.
Oh.
Top players.
I'll
Top
go with
players with the most receiving yards in a season in NFL
Oh.
history. So Jerry Rice is number 4.
in the season. I'll go with golly. He was just with Aaron Rodgers and the Jets.
Devontae Adams.
Davante Adams.
Devontae Adams is not on this list.
At
Tyreek
all?
Hill.
Tyreek Hill is on this list.
What?
Number 7 in a season, one season.
Yeah, the most receiving yards in one season. Not all.
Yeah.
all
No,
time.
that's what I'm
Yeah.
saying. I thought he had a good season with Aaron Rodgers.
Tyreek Hill is on this list at number 7 with 1,799. So we have number 4, number 7.
Mike Evans.
Mike Evans is not on this list.
What? He's had like 10 consecutive 1,000-yard seasons.
This is the last one, June.
Okay.
All right. I'm gonna go with I'll tell you. Hold on. Oh, freaking Avery Alexi Lavasana.
Randy Moss.
Ernie Moss is not on this list.
What?
So, all right. So you got to think about this, okay? Tyreek Hill's number 7 with 1,799 yards.
Okay.
Jerry Rice is number 4 with 1,848 yards. Think of people who had more than Jerry Rice. and a little bit less than Tyreek Hill, and a little bit more than Tyreek Hill.
Antonio Brown.
Antonio Brown is number 5 with 1,834 yards in a season.
Calvin Johnson.
Calvin Johnson is number 1 with 1,964
Dang.
yards in a season. So
Okay.
we have number 1, Calvin Johnson.
Chad
Number
Ochocinco.
5, wait, June. Number 5, Antonio Brown. Number 1, Calvin Johnson. Number 4, Jay Rice. Number 5, Antonio Brown. And number 7, Tyreek Hill.
You
You
said
said
Ocho Cinco.
Ochocinco's not on this list.
Wow. Okay.
Golly.
Wes Welker.
Wes Walker is not on this list.
Okay.
June, we're
Trying
gonna
to
do
think.
the backup.
Deshaun Jackson.
Deshaun Jackson is not on this list. Right.
AJ Brown.
AJ Brown is not on this list.
Marvin Harrison.
Yeah,
Marvin
that's a
is
good
not
one.
on this list.
Okay.
Some of you guys give up.
No,
You guys-
not yet. Not yet.
Yeah, I know.
Reggie Wayne.
Reggie Wayne is not on this list.
Okay.
Jalen Rieger.
How far back does it go, Bree? Like how many years back? Because that makes a
It's
difference.
NFL history.
NFL history.
Oof.
Okay.
So, all right, I'm gonna give you guys a hint. The 2 of these players, 2 of these players are no longer playing. All right, 2 of these players were from the 1900s, so ranging from 1960 to 1999.
Okay. That's
And
what I
the other
That is not no hint, but okay.
2, 3, 4. So 2 of these players are older, and then the other 1, 2, 3, 4 of these players are current, more current. I say that, more current.
What about Torrey Holt? No? Okay. I'm trying to think. Hold on. Don't go nowhere yet. Let's go through the names. Plexico Barris?
Well, don't look at your computer.
I'm not. I haven't even looked. Look, nothing. Plexico Barris?
No.
Lamar Chase. I said Lamar.
Yeah.
Yeah, Chase.
Chase is not on this list.
Mm-mm.
God, we're talking about a single
Jeter?
season.
Who?
Justin Jefferson.
Justin Jefferson's number 6 with 1,809 yards.
Okay.
Cooper Kupp.
Cooper Kupp is number 2 with 1,947 yards.
There it is. No, it's gonna get one.
Yeah, and Jamar didn't do it last year, and he was a Triple Crown winner. That's crazy.
Right.
So we have number 1 with Calvin Johnson, number 2 with Cooper Kupp, number 4 with Jay Rice, number 5 with Antonio Brown, number 6 with Justin Jefferson, and number 7 with Tyreek Hill. You're missing 3, 8, 9, and 10.
Damn, I forgot his first name, but Johnson, he played for the Texans.
Oh, Andre Johnson.
Andre Johnson.
No.
Golly.
Yo, it's crazy, right? Because she's going back to the 60s. I don't know that many players from the 60s, but
There's only 1 player from the 60s, 1 player from 1990s, and 2 players from the 2000s.
so Rice
I'm
played
gonna
in
give
the
you another
back.
hint. One of them just retired.
One of them just retired.
Mhm.
I can't remember who the hell retired. Don't give me a lot of you.
I know, right?
Retired like a couple of months ago.
Mm.
Can I just give y'all that one at least?
Yeah.
Julio Jones.
Oh, okay. Julio Jones.
Julio
Forgot
Jones is
my-
number 3 with
Got my cousin.
1,871 yards. Number 3. Now you're missing 8, 9, and 10. So number 8 is from the 90s. Number 9 is from the 2020s. I'll say that 2020s. And then number 10 is from the 60s.
I'm trying to think, man.
I don't know the 60s. You got me there.
Yeah.
All right, number 10, 1961 was Charles Hennigan with 1,746 yards.
Yo, he caught 1,700 yards in the 60s. You know that's crazy.
Yeah, he must have been really good.
Yeah, because they wasn't even throwing the
And
ball.
he was.
Yeah, I bet with that name. Dan, so you said 2020s was most recent one.
Number 9 is from 2023. Number 8 is from 1995.
23. Yo, who was popping in 23? What wide receiver was up there like that? That's it. I'm drawing a blank right now. Drawing a blank. I'm dead ass throwing a blank. I'm trying to think. Don't say it yet. Wait. 23.
Keenan Allen.
No. And 23?
He was drafted during COVID.
There was a lot of people drafted during COVID.
Yeah, I know. I'm like, great.
Wide
Yeah,
receiver,
that helps.
wide receiver drafted during COVID.
Girl, that ain't helped me out.
Um,
I don't remember that shit.
All right, number one, Calvin Johnson with 1,964 yards. Number two, Cooper Kupp with 1,947 yards. Number three, Julio Jones with 1,871 yards. Number four, Jerry Rice with 1,848 yards. Number five, Antonio Brown with 1,834 yards. Number six, Justin Jefferson with 1,809 yards. Number seven, Tyreek Hill with 1,799 yards. Number eight, Isaac Bruce with 1,781 yards.
mm.
Number nine, CeeDee Lamb with
Oh, CeeDee
1,789
freaking
yards.
Lamb. Who
CeeDee
would have thought
Lamb.
about that? Golly.
Not me.
A lot of people forget how talented he is because of who his quarterback is, you know?
Yeah, I don't.
And number 10, Charles Hennigan with 1,746 yards.
Damn, yo, that dude. CeeDee Lamb. Yo, CeeDee Lamb, my bad, bro. My bad. You know what I'm saying, bro? Like, it ain't to discount that you're actually that dope. It's just you play for a team
I
that's not.
think people like they forget about him because his quarterback, you know?
Yeah. All right, June.
That's it for today.
Yeah, that's it. We're gonna wrap it up. Anyway, we'll see each other next week. I'll be in Florida, so it'll be a little different. I can record whenever. June, I'm gonna see you tomorrow. You know what I'm
Oh,
saying?
that's right.
Yo, upgrade your
Hey,
seat in the spirit. It's in the front. We could fly together.
I
And
think that's just the upgrade, bro. I don't even think they got first class seats.
they do is go comfy. It's like the big seats. You
Ah,
get a
all
free
right.
tech bag, a free carry-on bag, you get free drinks, free internet, everything. That's not that when I fly Spirit, that's the only way I fly because it's not happening. But anyway, Bree, thank you for the topics. Bree, anything you want to say? Close us out. Go ahead.
um, NFL draft is done. Next, we have OTAs, then mini camp, then training camp, and then preseason. So we're almost there to the start of the regular season. Free agency ends June 1st. So we'll see any last minute moves within this next month or June 15th. Thank you guys for listening. Thank you, June, Frank. Always a pleasure recording with you guys. This is Frank Presents the Play Call. Bye.